We have breaking news out of Chicago as the Chicago Cubs announce unknown Australian Aussie villain as the franchise's new GM. Now we're going to cross live to the Windy City where a press conference is about to begin. Alright, thank you everybody, we're ready to begin. Let me just start here by introducing myself. I'm Aussie Villain, and I am the new GM here of the Cubs. Now, I am very, very excited, opportunity of a lifetime this is, and I'm really looking forward to bringing success back to the great fans of Chicago. Now, do we have any questions? Yeah, mate. Yo man, Big Daddy Bling, local sportscaster. So straight up, bro, like, what you looking forward to most here in Chicago? Yeah, look, I mean, I've heard a lot about this deep dish pizza that's here in Chicago, so, yeah, I'm pretty keen to give that a try. So, bro, like, straight up, how seriously concerned are you about the curse? Curse? What curse? No one said anything about a curse. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to the Chicago Cubs. Very, very excited to be here. This is going to be a lot of fun, I'm hoping anyway, as we try and win the World Series with the Cubs and continue the breaking of the curse, which of course 2016 I think was actually broken, but I'm sure it can come back. Let's hope it's not under my watch. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you don't upload new videos. This will be a Monday, Wednesday and Friday series, and there is of course the All Canadian Blue Jays. If you haven't checked that out yet, then I would recommend doing that as well. Now let's have a quick look and see what we have to work with here. Let's go and have a look at our organization and have a look at some of these player ratings here. And well, there's not a lot, is there? There's not a lot of more than 3-star players. Dansby Swanson is good. Trey Mancini is good. Cody Bellinger. Now I'm assuming there's injuries because he was brilliant, wasn't he, a couple of out of the park baseballs ago? So I'm assuming, yeah, batting over 300, he must have had an injury or something that has caused him to drop off a cliff. Maybe we can resurrect his career as well as part of this. But yeah, so there's not a lot. Now, if we go and have a look at the minor leagues, yeah, that's really good. I thought the Cubs would be a little bit better than that, perhaps. If we have a look at the minor leagues here, search by potential, which is already there. So we've got a good catcher coming in, James Triantos. We had him at our time at the Tigers last time around. He didn't really amount to too much, though. So there is a little bit. It's a Canadian there. I'm sure he's in AAA at our All Canadian Jays. But yeah, there is not a lot. There's not a lot in terms of potential coming through either, is there? So they've got themselves into a little bit of a sticky situation here, I would imagine. Now, what are we talking in terms of finances? So we've got 11, almost 12 million available. We'll check free agency. No money for extensions. Now, are there any extensions that are upcoming? Let's have a look at some salaries here. So we've got some guys on big money. Stroman on 20. He's a free agent at the end of next year. 25 million. I mean, he's a leader, but I'd like a little bit more than that for 25 million, if I'm honest. So that's not great. Seiya Suzuki. Oh, we had him back at the Mets. Oh, nice to see him again. Now, he's a very good right fielder by the looks of things. So, he will be a big part of what we do going forward. Kyle Hendricks on 14 million. Only a 2-star rated pitcher, 14 million. This is maybe why I don't like giving pitchers big contracts, because they get a couple of injuries, and what maybe once was a very good pitcher becomes a bit of a financial burden. Again, this year and next year we've got him. James Talon, part Canadian. He's at our Blue Jays as well, and he doesn't look much better here than he does for us. 14 million for him, and he's here for another couple of years as well. So the pitching staff is a little bit of a problem, isn't it? Dansby Swanson, he is very good. I thought that was the case. He must have been a free agent signing from Atlanta this year, was he? So he's okay. So there's something we can work with. That's good. Cody Bellinger, we've got 2 years of... What's the O mean? I wonder. Is that an option year? Now, is that an option for us or an option for him? A team option. Okay, so we can get rid of Stroman then, Stroman at the end of this season, which we will definitely look to do, I think, unless something happens miraculously. Ian Happ on 10 million. Okay, so he looks quite decent as well. Can play a couple of positions. 10 million's a lot. Free agent end of this year, so we'll get a chance to look at him. And then we're sort of getting down to relief pitchers on big money. So Trey Mancini is good value, it looks like. If he plays maybe first base or left field, perhaps. So I mean, we can have a bit of a look around this. If you are a Chicago Cubs fan, Nico Horner. Now, I like Nico Horner. He's a good... Yeah, so we can work with him as well, only 25. So that's somebody else that we can work with here. So between Horner and Dansbury Swanson, we have good middle infield, don't we? So we can build on that. That's something. But yeah, there's not a lot. Yeah, so if you are a Rowan Wick, we have him at our Canadian Jays as well. If you are Nick Madrigal, plays second base. Maybe we could move him to third. Maybe Nico Horner could go to third. Yeah, if you are a fan of the... there's another decent bit of power there. If you are a Cubs fan, if you have any suggestions of what we can do to try and fix this, Eric Hosmer, I recognise that name as well. Defensive first baseman, but... Yeah, I mean, I wonder if he's a free agent. I wonder if he might be a tradable asset, perhaps, to try and get something in that's a little bit younger and a little bit more potential. Yeah, so let me know if you have any tricks that you think we could do. Yeah, because there is not much. There's not much to work with right there, is there? Now let's check upcoming free agency. We've got that still from the Canadian one, so we'll just get rid of that. And free agents, is this all players? It is. So there's not too much that's leaving. Maybe one or two that we can have a look at keeping. I don't think we're going to keep Hosmer for 10 million. I can tell you that now. Ian Happ, 14 million. Yeah, I mean, another one. He looks solid, so maybe he's one to trade as well then, if he's going to want big money to stay. And we didn't have much for extensions. We had no money for extensions, so we might as well trade these guys if we can, because we can't afford to keep them. So another Canadian, Curtis Taylor. Lots and lots of Canadians at the Cubs. So yeah, that is all interesting stuff. Let's go and have a look here at our personnel, our coaching staff. So the manager is David Ross. He has not a great record, you would say, in terms of being a manager, but he may not have much to work with. So we'll go through, and what we'll do is we'll try and sort of clean up, get the best guys in we can further down to make sure that we're developing players. So we'll look to do that probably sooner rather than later. And do we have good coaching? So we don't even have good coaching. We might need to do the best part of an overhaul here. So at least we have a good running coach. I'll look at all of this off camera, I think, because it can be a little bit tedious, but we'll definitely try and see what we can do here. Now, do we have any free agents that could save us? Okay, so there are a few in free agency that could be interesting signings. Rowdy Reed, or Red even, might be useful. He hasn't played Major League Baseball for a while, though. Stephen Alamas, well, I recognise that name. He could be a useful... I wonder if he would sign on a minor league deal. He'd be someone useful to have around, wouldn't he? So we might look at seeing if we can get him in, even just as a defensive sub. Alberto Almora Jr. See, another one. He would be a useful player to keep, to have around the system, but I don't know that I want to sign into a major league deal. But there are a few around here that could improve us, or at least add depth anyway. This guy's only 25. If we can get him on a minor league deal, I would love that. So we'll try and get that done. Now, if we just search by just pitchers, because that seems to be where we may be lacking a little bit. I mean, he looks quite solid, actually. He was here last year, was he? So is he worth keeping, Cubs fans? 1.5 million. I'm almost going to answer for you and say yes. Left armor as well, even if we throw him in a bullpen. That could be worth doing. But there's not too much, is there? Certainly in terms of star ratings anyway. So yeah, it's going to be maybe a difficult season for us. Now, how does the game think we will do this year? Okay, so preseason predictions haven't yet been... Okay, so we get spring training. We don't usually get spring training, but we must do because it's the 16th of March, so we get a little bit of spring training, I think. What that means is that I can go through spring training then off camera. We'll come back Monday. As I say, let me know what you think we need to do. There's a little bit there. The pitching concerns me. if I'm honest, but there's a little bit there with bats. I think we can be a 500 team, can't we? What does the owner want us to do? Let's have a quick look here. Don't suck completely. I think we can manage not sucking completely. Build our farm into a top 6, so we'll try and do that. Staff cohesion and become a playoff team in the long term. So yeah, there we go. That is that. We've been an under 500 team for the last 2 seasons though. So yeah, we're definitely, I would imagine, in rebuilding. Is that neutral? I think we're rebuilding. So there we go. If you've enjoyed that, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, leave me comments. First episode of a series. It's always important to get those interactions for the YouTube algorithm, the almighty algorithm. Praise be to the algorithm. Yeah, and I will see you Monday, where you will get opening day underway. Do we know who we're facing as of yet on opening day? It will be... Where's opening day? Is this it here, Milwaukee? Oh, so this is opening day here, so we don't actually have a spring train to look at. So we'll be back to face the Brewers on opening day, and well, I look forward to seeing you for that. Take care.